We're doing some high tensile fencing, and I'm going to show you how I do my termination knot on the end lines. And then when the end, we should still have some wire yet to go, and we'll connect it to this wire and make a connection. So I got a lot of wire here. What we're going to do is we're going to go over, going over, and we're going to pull it under like that. So we went over this line, now we went under this line, and we're going to pull it up through the post, and then we're going to come over this line. Like that. So I went under, over, now I'm going to go under this line. I'm going to go under this line, and then I'm going to twist it. And tighten them up so they look nicer. Now I'm going to start my twist. It's a little harder with this additional wire. So I'm going to use this end to connect here, so I'm just going to leave this. Otherwise, what you would do is you would quarter turn this, you'd go back like this and start winding it back towards here, and this will snap off clean. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and have it look nice. See how I just made that snug? What I did is I pulled this all the way into my knot, and then I just pushed this towards there. Now what I'm going to do with this is, because I'm going to be going around this post, I'm also going to throw a fin tube insulator on that so that the post does not cause it to be terminated, or I mean cause a short in my fence. It looks like I better throw two on. I think that's going to do us good. I have just enough. Alright, so I have a crimp sleeve here. I'm going to try and do that. So I put the end that came from this line that I just did the termination on, and I'm going to crimp it. Now I'm going to leave a lot of extra space, and the reason is if something ever happens, we got to crimp it. We still got lots of stuff to play with. Crimping stuff is kind of hard. Oops, it's got my glove. That's why you wear gloves. What I'm going to do is just crimp it everywhere. I should have tried to go to one side, and if you're that good to go to one side and do it, that's awesome. But I basically did it 3 times. So that's a solid crimp there. That's going to take power from this line and jump it to the other line. All right, we're using springs and then tensioners for this fence because I want it to keep tight. So what I just did is these ends pull out of the spring. I'm going to keep one end in, and I pushed, all you got to do is just push one end out by pushing on this piece, and they'll just slide right out. I'm going to put it on the tensioners. There's a little hole right here, and so I'm going to just feed it through like this. And it turns a little bit, and just put it in like that. And then I'm gonna take it and put it back on my spring. And these tail pieces are out, so these tail pieces gotta go down. They're just opposite. And then you're gonna see they spring out. These tail pieces spring out, and then obviously the spring holds them. And that's all you gotta do to put that together. All right, we're gonna do a termination knot on this side end. This is our end post, and we're gonna just break the wire off. We don't need it to connect to another one. So I got an end, a heavy duty end insulator here. And then since we do the metal braces, I also threw a 4-inch tube insulator here, and then we'll figure out later how we're gonna make it so it doesn't touch here and this doesn't make a short in our fence. All right, I'm gonna do the end knot now. What we do on these insulators, I'll be coming this way. What we do on these insulators is we hold them by putting a staple below and above them. And then we'll come around this way. I'll always make myself a handle. I'm gonna use about that much. And I'm creating a handle, once again, using my hand and my, I suppose a hand and a thumb is about what I do. And I just bend it back. And I'm gonna go, actually this way I'll show it. It could go either way. You could either start over or under, but the pattern stays the same. So this time I'll go under. Move my insulator a little bit. All right, this one I'm gonna go under. And pull it a little bit. Under. So I went under this line. Now I went over. Okay, and I need to go over, and now I need to slide it in the post. And I'm gonna go under. Slide it in the post. Like that. Now I'm gonna go under, and then I'm gonna twist going this way. Now I start my twist. Once again, you probably only need to do 3, 4 twists around. I just keep going. Okay, now when you want to break this off, you just got to start spinning it this way. I guess this time I'm gonna go this way. I guess you got to just basically go a quarter turn and it snaps off. And that is our final product.
Tighten it up.
And you can tighten it up by what I'm doing. I'm tightening this up, so I'm getting more slack out of the line. I'm going to take this end, bring it to the knot, and I'm going to take this and push it because this is technically a slip knot. I jumped out of my staples there, but so I brought it to here, and now I'm going to tighten that best I can, which is going to be about like that. That's about as tight as it's going to go. Now we're going to go put it on the ratchet. We're going to cut the other end and tighten it on the ratchet. Okay, now we got our wire that's still on our spinning jenny. And what we're going to do now is cut it, put it on the ratchet, tighten it, and be done. What I do is I just pull them taut. I don't pull them real tight. And I measure from the ratchet to here, and I leave about that much excess. You can fit more than that on the ratchet, but I don't really see a point to that. So I'm going to take this, cut it, and I guess I can't step on it. Well, and I'll step on one end and hold the other. Didn't do a good job holding, did I? Stick that in the ground. I'm going to grab my two ends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put it in there so it's stuck in like this and about that far so it's smooth. That cut end is smooth with this center roll. Then what I'm going to do is bend it like that. Oops. You can use a pliers and bend it and make the same 90-degree turn. And I'm going to just start ratcheting it until it's there, and then I'm going to pull this tight. I'm going to put my ratchet on it, or my tensioner on it, and then I keep pulling it tight. Okay. All right, so what I do is I hold the tensioner in the spring and hold taunt on that line. And tighten it up. And don't trip over your sprinting Jenny. That wouldn't be fun. If you had more line on there, you'd be really ratcheting quite a bit. But you can see, I probably, I suppose it was maybe 18 inches to 2 feet extra on the line that I cut. And you can tell how long and how much there was on there. You could obviously put a lot more wire on there if you wanted to. And what we're going to do just for the purpose of this fence is we just want to taunt. So that's probably where we're going to leave it. Maybe I'll go a little bit more. I have a tendency of over tightening it. And it's just not, for us and what I found, it's just not necessary to have it so that this spring is just really working hard. So that makes a completed, this here will make a completed line.